Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my new show, Out of Nowhere. It's a brand new show. I've been doing it for about the last 5 months. Previous to that, I was on Beacon of Light Radio, and before then on Blog Talk Radio. So it's about 10 years since I've been doing it. My guest today, Shirley Margaret Wilkes. Shirley has a gift, or
Yeah.
what she says, a curse, however you like to look at it, most of my life. You went back into church, environmental work, and healing energy. That was in 2006 to 2007 to help my then son-in-law. Can we please welcome Shirley to the show? Hello there.
Hi there, guys. Thank you for having me, Bob. Thank you.
Are you
It's a
okay?
pleasure. Yes. Yes, I am.
That's
Yeah,
no
I'm
problem.
fine.
That's no problem. That's great.
Good.
That's great. There's Rebecca in the chat room. Joanne's in the chat room already.
Hi, guys.
How did it all start for you then,
Oh,
Shirley?
bef-
How did it all
before
start for you?
a long, long time ago, but initially it was back in
No,
2006. Oh, initially when oh, heck, where do I begin? When I was very, very young. Okay, extremely young. I can't remember. I know we just had a little chit chat about UFOs and things like that. I saw something in the sky myself, and this is many, many years ago. I think I must have been only 6 or 7, 8, maybe 7 or 8. And I saw 3 white objects moving in sequence. And it's funny, but possibly it does correlate to around the time where I started to have the awareness, shall we say, okay, of energies, of different things, of communication. I remember once in a school playground, I was only in what you'd call nowadays, I suppose, junior school. Again, I was about 7 or 8 years of age, and in a school playground. And this little chap asked me, I had no idea at all, but he asked me where he lived. And I thought to myself, why on earth is he asking me like that? Anyway, believe it or not, I told him his address. Okay. And I thought, wow. And he didn't like it. He ran away.
you did.
And yeah, yeah. I have absolutely no idea. But I told that young lad his address. And he said to me that I was lying, that I did know his address and somebody must have told me it. But no, I told him his address. And it sounds silly, but it was something like I was brought up in Hunslet. It's quite it's a lovely area, but it's a poor part of
Near
Leeds.
Leeds.
Okay, yeah, in Leeds, yeah, and
Yeah.
I said his address were number 10, Downey Street, not Downing as in London, but something like Downey Street. And he looked at me,
Yes.
and I could see the surprise on his face. Now I should have to do a bit of research myself on that and just to confirm but he knew that was his address. So even back there's been lots and lots of other bits and pieces. I started a true healing journey, if you like. I used to be in a lovely, lovely church. Not that I'm not in a lovely church now. I am, and it's Morley Spiritualist Church in Leeds. But then it was in a lovely, what we used to call, it's quite fitting really, the little upper room it was called, and it was a building, and it used to be a bakery many years ago. And we, in the Spiritualist Church, were up the stairs on the top floor of the bakery. And we were in there, and I was learning about healing energies in there with a lovely, lovely couple, a Mr. Alf Allen and his wife were called Ivy Allen. And they were just off, I can't remember the street names that it was off, but it was off Roxburgh Road, off Dewsbury Road. Some people may know it, I don't know, but like I say, I come from that were in Leeds 11, but this is going back. I mean, I'm nearly 70 now, so it must be going back over 60 odd years. But the area were pulled down for
well.
what the thank you, what they called it in them days, slum clearance. So none of it is there now as it was, but those memories of mine are still in there, very, very strong and very, very vivid. Now then, I started doing the healing way back then, and we used to do the healing connection. We didn't actually put hands on the person, obviously, for reasons of whatever you want to call it, touching, feeling, in case somebody had a funny idea of touchy-feely sort of thing. But trust me, there were nothing like the touchy-feely of nowadays. We used to put the hands into the energy like that, demonstration, if you like, and we used to move down the energy field or the auric field, and down the body, and there used to be like a flicking process when you got down to the bottom end, and that is how I learned the healing energies. Very, very strong connections there, because we heal the spiritual side of us, where the auric field is the spirit within, and it exudes the physical flesh. You've heard of the auric field. That is part and parcel of the energy, and that is what in them days used to try and heal by doing all this business, flicking all the negative energy off the auric field. So I was doing that when I was maybe 10, something of that nature. And we used to go the healing then, like I say, it wasn't what we now call what we now what we now call an SNU church. It was a private church sort of thing. Anybody could go off the street. It wasn't strictly private, but it didn't belong to the Spiritualist National Union. So that is where ultimately I started doing that. Like I say, 10 years of age, 10, 11, something of that nature. Then I sort of progressed. And once we start on our spiritual journey, it's amazing how the other energies kick in, being clairaudient, clairsentient, all the clairs, there's several, there's clairgustians, and it top and bottom of it is clairaudience, clair everything. Okay, it's the sixth sense. Okay, so once we start working with one of the six senses, whoosh, the others all jump in on the bandwagon. Okay, and it is very, very hard not to work with the mediumistic energy when we are healing. You have to sort of try to shut it out, because healing is a passive connection to the spirit world. It isn't an active, it's not none of the clairs. They use you as a conduit to send the healing energy to the recipient of the healing. Okay, but yeah, way back then, I used to sit in a private developing net circle, that we call. Now we're at a lovely lady's house. Alf and Ivy, they retired from the church. They still came. I can remember vividly that they used to still came, but they handed over the reins to another lovely lady, and they called her Katie Naylor. And she had a daughter as well called Catherine, another Katie. So it was Big Katie and Little Katie. And I worked with her. What an absolutely astounding medium she was. And she was still, believe it or not, in Morley Spiritualist Church when I started going back there. Now then, the odd times I used to go back into the church environment, but obviously when you start to have children, you've got your family, you've got work environments and all things of that, it sort of clips your wings as to what you can do and things like that. So like I say, I thought I was used to maybe 12 or 13. I started working or learning mediumship, the clairs, the clairvoyance, the clairsentient, and I used to get pretty reasonable stuff, because they used to sort of tell me because they couldn't understand it when I was giving the messages in this, if you like, developing group come open circle. Okay. And there may maybe half a dozen of us, maybe 6 or 7, and we'd give each other messages and things like this. And I'd give some things off, and sometimes they could take things and sometimes they couldn't, as it is today pretty much. And many times they'd say to me as a young'un, Kathleen Naylor always used to call me young'un, because I was youngest member of the circle, you know. She was a lovely lady. We even got pretty good friends, and we went on holidays together and all stuff like that with my family and her family, which was lovely. But they used to say to me, you know that message that you gave me? And I said, no. I said, yeah. He said they could take it. And that would be some weeks later on. So that was from, like I say, being roughly 12, 13 years of age. But then, I don't know if it was, I hope you don't mind me saying this on air, hormones kicked in. And obviously, it sounds awful, but I didn't want to be sitting with a load of old biddies, says she now. Okay. So
I know.
It's what we do, where we go, and things we learn, and things of this nature. But it's been a part of my life, all of my life. Okay.
Of course it is.
You come in and out of it when, I suppose, in a way, when you are going through life's turmoils and circumstances. It's amazing how we always turn back to that Godhead and to that faith connection. And that is what ultimately brought me back into this. But not that I've ever lost it, but obviously, as you can imagine, by 2000, I'm nearly 70 now. I'm trying to think how old I was back then. Early 50s, I'd say, something of this nature, when my then son-in-law, God love it, is still here. He is still here in the flesh, I have to say that.
Yeah, good.
But he's certainly not the man that he was when my daughter married him. Well, our daughter, you know. But yeah, he was primarily, if you like, responsible for me going back and learning about it through the channels, if you like, and to get accreditations for it. But I'm a big believer we all have that gift, a piece of paper, and I'm not being disrespectful to anything or anyone. A piece of paper is a piece of paper. What comes out of here, the heart and our mind, that's the energy. Okay, and so I went back to Morley Spiritualist Church, and Katie Naylor was there. All right, the odd time I said hello to her, but this one particular time I hadn't been for a number of weeks, and I went back because I'll tell you this. I hope it's interesting for you. This particular time, it was
yes, please.
It was a Saturday night. I'd been to bed, waking up in the morning as you do, because anyone that works mediumistically, it's the period when they're going to get you is when you're just nodding off or when you're just waking up. Well, this particular morning, the Saturday morning, I was just waking up. And you know, like you see on the television, where when you're watching a film, it's usually a horror film. I love horror films. You feel like the covers are being pulled off your bed. Well, I got that sensation, but it wasn't pulling them down off the bed. It was pulling them to one side of the bed, and then I'd pull it back over, and it did it again. But the second time it did it, Katie Naylor popped into my mind. Okay, so I thought, aha, by this time I'd sort of already started off on the healing journey. But get this, I thought, right, I'm going to go to church on Sunday, bearing in mind Sunday service is 6:30, so I did. I went into the church and I asked at the meet and greet person on the reception, I said, oh, have you seen anything of Katie Naylor? And she said to me, haven't I heard? I said, has she gone? And she said, yes, they've gone. She'd gone into the spirit world. And I've got goosebumps as I am reiterating this to you. And that is, like I say, 2006, 2007. She came to me in that way in my dream state to get me to go back to church. And honestly and truthfully, on my life, that is
It did.
how, yeah, honestly, unbelievable. And I'm there. It's a
It's for a
truth.
reason.
Yeah, for a reason to do that healing energy. And like I say, my son-in-law had just been brain injured in Iraq. He'd got shrapnel in his head. It went in through here. You can, if you see him, he's been lucky. If you look, he's been extremely lucky because the scarring literally is in his eyebrow there. We have to really look, and it was a piece of shrapnel that went into his eye socket, went across his brain and out the other side. And the damage that did was unbelievable. Because to say when something is like that, the velocity that it goes, that it enters the body, it's still, if you like, spinning, for want of better words. So it don't just go in there and stick there. It went wherever it could go and out the other side. So it was horrendous what that lad went through. But anyway, like I say, he's still here.
I can imagine it would be.
I started my healing journey, and I used to send him healing. We traipsed all over the country with him because, like I say, we went up to York, London, over into Germany because they got him back into Germany, and they shipped him out from Germany to over here to be in the QE hospital, Queen Elizabeth in Birmingham. So yeah, we went to stay with my daughter. We stayed on site there to be with her, to help her, because they'd just had a boy, Phoenix, who's just turned 18 in January, but he was 6 months old when all this happened. So you can't believe it, can you? It's amazing where you get shown.
You can't, no, you can't.
Back into it. So yeah, we followed him. I had to go. God love him. I had to go doing reflexology.
Yeah,
on
Shirley.
Anything.
You talked about all this. Does it?
Yes.
Does it run in? To mediumship. Does it run in your family then?
Yes. Yeah. Very much so. My mum, God love her, she's in the spirit world. She's been passed since I was 36. So she was an amazing. We all used to go to church as a family, to the spiritualist church what Ivy and Alfie Allen used to run. I don't know when they started that up, but I went there with my mum, with my grandmother, both me and my sister. We always used to go to Sunday services, and then on the Monday it was healing. Okay, now then, I myself, I suppose in a way, I'm a product of healing myself through circumstances. When I was born, okay, my mum had to have me cesarean because at 8 months, because if not, we'd both died. And then a few days after I was born, and I only found this out after my mum died when I was 37. That's a different story. But I contracted meningitis, and my grandmother, God love her, she put an awful lot of power and faith into that healing connection there. Yeah, and I believe wholeheartedly that I was sort of spared, if you like, to do what we do now, mediumistic. And I believe once that door is opened, because they christened me in hospital because they didn't want to bury me without a name. So I've been spared for something. Okay, and I believe that this is my calling, if you like, my life's work to try and pass on that knowledge of healing and love of the spirit world. Because like I say, they didn't think I'd live, so they didn't want to bury me without a name. So there's something there. Okay, prayer is an absolute miracle in itself. If you offer those prayers,
definitely.
they will be answered without a doubt. So massive, massive believer in the healing energies and having that faith in that higher force, because we are all subject to that higher force. There's nobody that gets spared from that higher force. Okay, but yeah, both my grandmother and my mum. My grandmother, I only found out
I know
sorry. My grandmother, after she passed, okay, we found out that there was times as kiddywinks that we couldn't go to church, okay. Now then, when we was helping clear my nana's house out, and we found photographs of her, okay, on a rostrum of a church, and to this day, I believe it was the rostrum at Thika Lane over in Armley, which is not far. So my grandmother used to take services on the rostrum in church. Okay, and my mum, God love her, she used to do tea leaf reading. Yeah, absolutely. Don't know if you've ever heard of it, reading tea leaves.
Did she?
Hmm.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah. And apparently I'm not too bad at that myself. I've only done it a couple of times, but it's amazing. It's part and parcel where we sort of see things in shapes. Well, they call something of this nature, but I believe it's connected also with the spirit world, because it's not only things that you see with your eyes, it's what you see with your mind. Pareidolia, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's when we're looking at clouds in the sky, or you can see things in a slice of toast. Yeah, pareidolia. Yeah. And that is a little bit mediumistic.
Oh, yes,
if you like. Yeah, you see things in different things. Okay. There's many aspects of mediumship. There's overshadowing, transmediumship, which I'm very much into, transfiguration, where this is, again, it is trance work. Okay. I think I would be very good at it. I don't usually sit for trance, but I've got a good friend who does sit for trance, and we sort of team up and do work together. He's called David.
Right.
And he sits and he allows the spirit energies to overshadow him. Okay, so people can see, and an awful lot of people do see other faces that overshadow David's face. Okay. And
I do,
yeah, it's amazing. It's a similar thing. Most people have got a certain amount of spirituality, spirit energy, because we are the spirit world. We are spirit incarnate in flesh. So although a lot of people poo-poo the idea and they think we're a bit peculiar, shall we say, we're not, because everybody is the same, whether we like to work with it or whether we put it to one side. And it's up to us as mediumistic people, if we want to work with that energy. That is what it is, okay? But people that poo-poo it think, oh no, it isn't, or whether they're nervous of it or scared of it or whatever it is, or just don't downright believe in it. But to have that belief, I think because this day and age, there's an awful lot of people out there, and I like to sometimes think that they're lost because they don't have that connection into that spirit world and to have that faith. And I believe in a God. I ultimately believe in a God of creation, and he created each and everything that lives on this earth plane here. But I also do believe that he created the universe and beyond. So there's many more universes out there. But because at this moment in time, possibilities of reaching other universes will come, but maybe not in my lifetime, but it will come eventually. Like I say, I'm very much in the belief that other energies have very much got that knowledge. I think we are quite advanced to how, when you think it's only in the last 150 years, I'm not right good at maths, but at the turn of the 19th century, that is only in it when we took flight, okay, and moved cars, things of this nature. So when you think of it, and now we're sending rockets to the moon.
True.
So I do believe ultimately, I don't know if we'll be like Kirky at Warp Speed Drive. I don't know, but there's people that are working on such things.
Well,
it's good that
I think
it's good that we are.
I think there'll be people interdimensional. Think we'll be able to do that in the future.
Yeah.
I think the energy and the power, some people want it and some people disregard it for some unknown reason. And it's like with healing as well. A lot of us, me, you, next door neighbor could do healing. It's just putting your mind to it and to send healing out to people.
Yeah.
Wherever they are around the world, even.
Yeah, distant healing. Like we were talking earlier about Prince William's wife. We all need to get together and send healing there as a mass to help this lovely lady, because she's a beautiful soul.
We do.
You know, they both are. So I hope everybody at this moment in time is sending those healing thoughts there to this lovely lady, and also her family, because it must be so hard for them. I myself has gone through certain, like I say, that part of it was my son-in-law. It is, absolutely. I mean, our daughter, 2019, she had, well, I don't know if I should be saying this online, but anyway, my daughter has breast cancer, and she's fighting it. Absolutely. I don't think she should play it. Don't show my daughter this, for goodness sake. But she's fighting it. She is very much, fighting it. So an awful lot of healing has been going there to this girl, and prayers, and
she'll get through it as well.
She will. Yeah, she will. So there's lots of people saying hello on here. I'm just looking at all the names. Yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, Steph's asking a question.
Yeah.
Steph's asking, when Shirley sees, is it full apparition or is it a thin outline or both?
Yeah, it can be both, Steph. It can. Like I said, when we get the overshadowing, it's a complete overshadowing of the facial features. And they look totally different. A lady once came into Morley Church, and I knew her quite well, but all through this service, I couldn't recognise her as this lady. And all I could see was the overshadowing. And I went to her, and as soon as she spoke, I knew she was overshadowed by her mum, who had passed over into the spirit world. She was absolutely beside herself. Yeah. So, Steph, we can see full-on apparitions. I've seen sort of people walking past in a car. When I've been in my car, I've seen people walking past, and when I've looked, there's been nothing there or nobody there. And I thought, I've even seen it with cars, and I think, where the heck did that car go? It's not just humans that you can see. It's situations and things of that nature that you sort of, if you like, can see a slideshow, and it's not so much in here, but it's out there, what you can visually see with your eyes. Okay, and that's the beauty of working with trance. If someone is wanting to learn about the trance mediumship, to be in an environment where you can see it, and you can physically see it people who are wanting to work with it, you can see it with the naked eye. You don't need any gimmicks, any gizmos, anything of that nature. You can see it if you've got an open mind and an open heart. You will see the changes. And this, when you are learning about
Yeah.
mediumship, is absolutely amazing to see it with the open eyes. And that is why back in the day they used to like to do what we call physical mediumship with the table tilting, things of this nature, because it was a visual thing. And then you start to think, well, that's real. I have not misunderstood or not seen it. When we have that conviction that we have seen something, how can you deny it? You know, the existence of the spirit world. It's absolutely
the stargazer
unbelievable.
the stargazer in the chat room just wanted to know, what do you think about the standard of mediumship these days? Think it's changed? Do you think it's changed a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Sometimes a mediumship, it's we can. I think it has changed very much so, and to some extent, it's a good thing that it has changed, because we do need a certain amount of not rules and regulations, but we've got to be careful, especially when you're working on a rostrum or not too much in a centre, but we have to have that discipline there. We can't just go off, and I have seen it myself. I'm ashamed to say that sometimes you do see mediums that can be a little bit flamboyant, off the wall type of thing. Now, I don't think,
Yes.
excuse me, so yeah, I do think it has changed, but you need ultimately discipline within self, discipline regarding the spirit world. Okay, they have to know that you're not going to be disrespectful to their energy. We have to keep respectful of the spirit energy, because all I am is that voice. I am nothing else. Okay, and if I don't bring the correct wording through, what does that do to the person? If I'm not getting through what this energy wants me to convey to the recipient of the reading, what are they going to do? They're not going to, oh, she's rubbish, I'm not going to go work with her. Okay, so we have to have that mutual respect, and it's a three-way respect of the
Correct.
spirit world, respect for my spirit, because that is what they communicate with, and also respect for the recipients of the message, both spiritual respect and physical respect. And that's what it's all about. What's this one? Hi Shirley, do you think we are being divided?
Yeah. Alison's just asking, do you think we are being divided?
In what, can I ask Alison, in what way, love? What way are we being divided?
I'm sure she'll get back to us on that one.
Yeah,
She'll probably send another message in a minute.
yeah.
We'll wait until that. But otherwise, we've done 35 minutes already. So
Really?
you're doing well.
Wow.
Rebecca, if you got your cards, you've got your cards ready. Rebecca would like just a general reading. You pull a card for her.
Right, just a sec.
Rebecca.
Right. Okay. The card that has come through first for her, I don't know the lady. I just thought of the question, or well, the lady's name, Rebecca. Okay, I shuffled the cards a little bit, which in a way is like shuffling the earthly connection, if you like. Okay, putting things in order, because I usually work with 3 cards relevant to past, present, and nobody can predict future. Nobody. Okay. Right then, Rebecca, I don't know. Oh, the card is family orientation. Okay. So I do feel with this card, lovely. I don't know whether I do feel family is a big part of this lady. I'm wanting to say, is she listening now?
Oh, yeah, she's in the chat room. So she's listening.
Right, okay. Now then, I'm wanting to say family is very, very big at the moment. But as you can see on the card, my lovely, can you understand somewhere around within your family, okay, there has been a little bit of, shall we call it, disagreement there. Because as you can see on the card, the little dove there is carrying an olive branch.
Yeah, I can
so
see that.
This would indicate to me, my lovely, that there is things. I hope you understand what the meaning of receiving or giving of an olive branch is. It can indicate where there has been a little bit of disharmony, we'll call it, that needs to be reconciled. And as I am, I do feel around you, my lovely. Can you understand a motherly vibration in the spirit world around you? I've got a feeling that your mum is still here, okay, in the flesh. I'm wanting to say to you, lovely, but I do feel like I've got grandmotherly connections with yourself here, who is very much around yourself and trying to give that support that is needed around within the family connection. Okay, I know it's a bit of force of habit drawing up 3 cards for you, but whatever it is, it will be resolved for you, and you will survive it, because it's the survivor card that's come next. Okay, I can't help it's a force of habit. 3 cards. Okay, so you will survive.
That's fine.
Whatever it is, yeah, that you will. You're very much getting that support there. I do feel, my lovely, as well, that you have got very much people on your side in the spirit world, although the picture on the card is very much, I'd like to say that you're quite an independent kind of gal. Okay, you like to paddle your own boat or paddle your own canoe. Okay, but you have got friends, okay, that you didn't think you had, but you have. All right, and they're very much with you, and you will survive whatever that fracture has been within the family circumstances. I don't know why I said fracture, but there we go. You can't understand a fracture of a bone somewhere, because all of a sudden I would normally say the word a split or tear in the family, but I'm wanting to say the word has been put into my mind of a fracture. Okay, so yes, families can be fractured or damaged and things of this nature, but I'm wanting to see something to do with bones. Okay, so I don't know if you can respond to me, lovely. I don't know, but moving from that
she will do.
Okay, moving forward from that connection, my lovely, through the survival period, I still feel, my lovely, that there might be a little bit of bravado there. I don't think it will ultimately end, whatever the fracture is, okay, or the tear within the family unit. I do feel it will come forward and it will end. But I'm wanting to say to you, my lovely, you are a little fighter, okay, and you're not afraid to fight for what you believe in, okay. And it's as if I've got to say to you from this lady, you keep fighting, girl. You keep fighting, all right? Because there's people cheering you on behind you and things of this nature moving forward for you. So you just keep that fight going, girl. But don't forget, it will end for you. But if you're that type of person, I feel that you would fight a good cause. And if it's something that you believe in, girl, you keep fighting. All right? I hope I know it's only a little short thingy. Okay.
Wonderful.
I
Yes,
hope I hope you've enjoyed it. But just watch
that's
and see
fine.
about that.
She, yeah, she'll get back to us in the chat room. Who's next in line? Steph is next in the line. She just
Right.
wants a general card.
A general
As
card.
Rebecca just said, I fractured my ankle in October. Are you listening, Shirley? Rebecca's
Yeah.
just
I can
wrote back
hear.
in.
Yeah.
I fractured my ankle in October. I understand the family thing, and I'm currently fighting. Yes,
Good.
spot
Get them
on.
up there. Get them up there, girl. All right.
Yeah, just a general card for Steph.
I'll try.
Just a general card for Steph. Can you pull a card for Steph?
Victory. That is one card, and that is a heck of a card. So with this, I would like to say to Steph that you have been overcoming situations that has been happening around yourself. I am even wanting, my lovely, as you can see on the card, there's the spotlight there. All right. So you're a winner,
Oh, yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know whether you've been getting an award for something. I do feel with yourself, my lovely, gentleman connection around you. Okay. I do feel quite a fatherly connection with this man. All right. But this gentleman is very, very proud of you. And like I say, I do feel that there's been awards given. Okay. I don't know whether you've been to an award thing or an award ceremony. Okay. It's showing me something to do with I'm wanting to work with children, with yourself, very much with children. Can you understand children around yourself? All right. I am very much being made aware of. Are you very much like an adoptive mum? Okay, it's as if, my lovely, you've got a wonderful, wonderful nature with yourself. Okay, and you could be very much everyone's mum. All right, and it's as if, sweet, the spirit world are very much wanting you to have that recognition there, okay, of those connections of love that you have brought along. And you have worked, I don't know how old you are, lovely. I'd like to say you've worked spiritually yourself. Okay, now we don't have to be particular mediumistic. People work with the spirit energies every single day. Okay, and that connection can be bringing someone else a little bit of love just by a kind word, kind thought, or a kind deed. And this you are victorious at. Okay, I hope that's okay. Where's she gone?
Right. No, she'll be back. She'll be back.
Okay, that is lovely.
She'll get back to us on that. Alison next.
Alison Buttle. Right.
What's a reading? Card read.
Right, okay. Might go over an hour.
Go over an hour anyway. I know she's saying that.
Is that
Yeah,
okay?
well, there's lots of people wanting a reading now.
Oh,
yeah,
heavens.
It's so good by Alison. Like
Yeah.
a card pulling. Shirley.
Yeah.
Alison,
Alison, I can't read.
A card pulling. A card, please.
Right, let me just have a little shuffle.
Alison.
Okay, Alison. Hi there, Alison. I hope you're enjoying this.
Idea.
Like I say, this is the first time I have ever done this on a YouTube radio thing.
Great.
Okay. So I hope you're enjoying it, guys. I really do. Ooh. Right, this card.
Yes, we are.
Is very much self-control at the moment. So I don't know exactly what is
Self-control.
going on around yourself at this moment, lovely. I'd like to say to you that you are very much aware yourself of the energies. They're very much inspiring me to say, if you don't already work mediumistically, I think you could. All right, because you've certainly got that communication with the higher self going. I don't know if you can. At the bottom there, higher self, which is all about communication.
Oh yeah,
Like I
I
say,
yourself, yeah.
this is where the communication takes place when we are there in that meditative state. Like I've mentioned to you, the ultimate thing is very much like when you're either just nodding off or just waking up. But obviously, you practice it and refine it more. And I feel that you yourself you're very much looked up to, okay, in the spirit world. I do have a lady with yourself, okay, and she is very, very close with you, and she draws. Like I said, I do believe that you do go into that meditative state yourself, and she draws very, very close to you. She's always been around you and always looked up to the connection that you have within that spirit world. Can you understand a Jenny or a Jennifer name? If you can't at the moment, will you just accept that it is being brought forward for you? Okay, now then, I'm not sure. I feel that the Jenny or the Jennifer connection is still here in the flesh. So if you can send those thoughts out there to this person, that would be lovely. Okay, now then, like I say, the self-control needed around yourself at the moment. So will you just watch and see there, my lovely? You need to maybe just be a little bit mindful, okay, and have that self-discipline there and self-control. Like I say, I do feel that you have got it, but will you just watch and see? Oh, I can see there that you're saying thank you. So I hope you can understand it. Okay, my lovely, but you keep doing what it is you are doing
Yeah,
with this
and
meditation, because very much so there.
as
Okay.
Steph just wrote back. She says, Steph just wrote, wow, thank you, Shirley. I'm a stepmom to
Ah,
3 girls and nana to 6 grandchildren. I've seen
wow.
spirit and on and off most of my life. That's from
There
Steph.
you are. Wow, if that's not
I'll just that's brilliant. I put
thank you.
Shannon would like a reading. She wants a guidance reading for
Guidance. We'll try,
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay, we
Yeah.
will try. All right, my lovely. I'm just going to have a quick shuffle. Okay, so if you can just send thoughts of what you want the guidance with, that would be lovely. All right, as I'm shuffling. Okay. Okay, my lovely girl. Right, okay. The first card that is sorry, I've done it again, Bob. The first card that has come up, okay, is rest.
It's all right.
All right. So this to me, my lovely, would indicate there's been needing for a time of rest for yourself. Okay, so I don't know whether you've been under a lot of strain in the past or had a little bit of something around you, a bit of an ailment or something. Okay, and I do feel a lady that is very much coming forward, giving me the information. All right, to I'll pass it on to you, because that's all I'm doing. But it's as if, my lovely, you've needed this rest. Okay, and you've got the healing as well, because the colour of the card is blue. You've got the sky there, and I've a feeling, my lovely, it's as if that you've needed something where you've needed to find your peace. Okay, because the dove there is flying. Okay, and it's not got an olive branch in it or anything like that. So it's as if you've been doing
Oh
a
yeah.
self journey to find your peace. Okay, so that has been very, very important around yourself. Now then, your next card is, I know you're wanting a guidance journey. Just don't be afraid to take that risk. Okay, and I do have a feeling that I'm even wanting, because usually that means to me, I'm wanting to say to you, partnership, okay, teamwork. So it's meaning togetherness, okay. So don't be afraid to take that risk, okay. So I don't know whether there's someone around you at this moment in time where you are either shalla, shanta, shalla, or shanta. Don't be afraid. Okay, through past experiences, do not be afraid. Okay, the healing there, and you've got the joy guides, oh heck, at the bottom. It will bring happiness for you. So just don't be afraid, my lovely. Whatever you've gone on in your past doesn't mean to say that it's going to come with you in the future. Okay, so just watch and see there, sweetheart. Okay, I have done your a third card, but it's as if, because I says to you that it's not going to be, it is not going to be that. All right, it's that card. It's as if you've been there, done that, you've worn the t-shirt out, so you don't need to be doing it again. You've learned your lesson. So just don't be afraid to take that risk, girl. And I do feel that this is to do with, I know you're wanting it for future, but usually this card is talking about relationship. Well, yeah, relationship comes into it, but just watch and see. Okay, if this isn't relationship, I'll eat my hat. Okay, but don't be afraid to take that risk, girl. You'll be fine.
I like that.
Dear me.
Alison just got back as well with a message. She said, when Alison, you give Alison, she said, oh, Jennifer was my childhood friend who passed away.
Okay.
See if I get it back. I can't get it back.
Oh.
Right. Let's have a think. A general card for Rachel, please.
Hang on a second. All back together again. A general card for Rachel.
For Rachel.
Right,
Please.
okay. I'm wanting to, quite like this one. Quite like this one. Love, connections, absolutely red hot. Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Okay, and a life force giver. Okay, so this would indicate to myself, my lovely, and this is around you now, I'm wanting to say to you, lovely, it's as if where you have been in the past, now is the time for change for you. Okay, Aphrodite is the goddess of love and passion and heat. If you are in a relationship, girl, go for it. Okay, the drive for life and love is absolutely red hot for you at this moment in time, my lovely. Okay, and that love, if you can have a look, yes, there's the Aphrodite, the life force, which is what we all have, that drive inside, okay, and passion and love vibration. Okay, so usually this does talk about relationships there. Okay, the love connection is, I don't know if you are in a relationship at the moment, but love it if you are, and make the most of it. Okay, so just watch and see there, sweet. Can I ask, are you in a relationship at the moment and you can understand it?
She'll probably get back to us in a minute.
Okay.
She'll be there, but she'll write in a minute. That's that one. She'll get back to us. How are we doing for time? We're all right for time. 55. Can I have a general card reading for Joanne?
Can I have a general card reading, please? Oh.
For Joanne.
Yes. Yeah, got you,
Could
Joanne.
I have a general card reading, please, Bob? She said.
The the card that has come forward, Joanne, okay, which is lovely, it's compromise, okay. So I'm wanting to say to you that things are around you now. I'm wanting to say if you are planning on doing something, having a new venture, or whatever it is you're doing, now's the time to be doing it. Having that handshake there, having that commitment. The card, the word at the top says compromise. Okay, so yeah, in any situation that we are wanting to start anew, sometimes we do have to compromise. We can't always get 100% what we want. So, and at the bottom of the card is there is master teachers. Okay, so when we compromise
Oh, yeah.
in things, and it can be many, many different situations. Okay, but I'm wanting to be in like the work aspect of yourself. I don't particularly feel that it is within relationship. I do feel that it is within the workaday environment with yourself. It's as if somewhere there is a deal to be struck. Okay, and I'm wanting to say to you, my lovely, there is a little a growth around yourself. Okay, I mean, I'm talking about your knowledge expanding and growing in this new situation. Okay, I do feel I'm even wanting to say to you, my lovely, that it's like two hands that are shaking. One's a yellow hand, which is upliftment, energy there. It's a really good positive sign. And there's the blue hand, which to me, the colour of blue is healing. So don't let past experiences put you off. Okay. Go for that compromise wherever it is, lovely. But don't be afraid to learn something new. Okay. And when we are doing those compromises, we are learning. We are learning how the lessons that we need to learn. Okay. Okay, so just watch and see. But whatever it is you are wanting to do to get that handshake, go for it. And it teaches us lessons about how and what we are, how we interact, and how we respond to certain situations around you, lovely. Okay? Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I know Shannon, I know you give it one for Shannon, but what she was wanting to read about was a strange one because she must have had a boyfriend in Australia, living in Australia. She's come back home heartbroken, and she wanted to know if she was going to get back with a boyfriend.
Which
I've just
what
seen
card
that.
did she? Right, okay. Shannon wants to know if she's going to get back with a boyfriend. Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Right. You need a little bit of a rest at the moment. Okay, I do have a grandmother sort of stepped forward. Okay, okay. Now then, it's as if, my lovely, I sort of got a slight stammer in my voice. Okay, so it's as if, my love, that you are having second thoughts yourself. You are very much undecided. Now then, this I think is something that is already being answered. Okay, within that stammer, okay, it's as if you're hesitant to take the next step moving forward. Okay, so I think I don't particularly, I don't particularly feel at this moment in time, lovely, things are ready for you to make that next step in moving forward with that relationship. I think you really need to have a rest or a break from it. Okay, like I say, perhaps moving forward, maybe 6 months down the line, maybe things will be different. But I'm not picking that up with you at the moment. Okay, I'm sorry. It, it can't always be sweetness
Yeah.
and light and
No, that's
rosebud.
fine.
It's just there was the
No, it
hesitation
can't
there.
be. It can't be.
And you might be glad in the future. You don't know.
Correct. Right, we'll just do one more. I can't pronounce her name. I know Sarah Sharabaf Gupta. She wanted to know, because her father's, is he okay?
Could you say that again, lovely? The name is yeah.
I
What
think
she asking is
I think it's S.A. is her father. Gupta, her last name is. And she wanted to, if her father was okay in the spirit world.
okay. Right, okay. This man not long since passed over. Because it's as if he's taking.
Don't know.
Right, just bear with me, because the card that has come through as we've put that question out there is solitude. It's as if he is sort of taking time out, I'd like to say. Okay. Now, a similar thing happened to me when my grandmother passed over into the spirit world. Okay. She went into a place. Okay. She was with people, she was with their energies, but it's as if she went into like a hospital environment in the spirit world for them to look after her and for them to regenerate to a certain extent her soul, which sometimes can be if this young lady's dad has suffered a long ailment or where it's been draining on them, this can sometimes happen. It's as if he's recuperating at the moment. So he's okay, he's fine, but he's recuperating at the moment. Can you understand that? I hope
Yeah,
she gets back.
I'm sure she will do.
Yeah.
I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will do. And Rachel just said, "Thank you, Diane. Is in my boyfriend's mom's soulmates." Yeah, people usually get back and put something in chat to say about your reading, and it's been good. The hours just flown.
It has. It has. Yeah. And you know,
I
it's
told you
been
it
all
would.
right.
I
Yeah.
told you it would
Yeah.
go very quickly.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
has
I
been
know.
good.
Thank you. And thank you to Rebecca, Steph, Alison, Joanne,
Yeah.
Diane, James, Rachel, Saruba, Shannon, and Janice.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, can we just do one for Janice, please? Can you just pull a card for Janice? One for Janice,
Okay.
please, before we go.
Yeah. Before we go, the card I went for the bottom of the pack. Okay.
Yeah.
Now then, this one here is a little bit of. I don't know whether I think you've been overdoing it, girl. Okay. And it's as if there, as you can see, you've got very much helpers trying to spur you on with the things that you are doing. Okay. And it's as if, my lovely, the energies around yourself have been rather flat, which we can come across. And sometimes it can be not so much the physical flatness, what it's showing you here, as if you're absolutely shattered and sat on bottom of a step. We can be quite physically okay, but the spirit is weak. Okay, the flesh. What is it? I'm trying to think of that saying. The spirit's willing, but the flesh is weak. But just watch and see there, my lovely. I think, like I say, you've been overdoing it somewhat. Okay, and you do need to take that time out. But I don't know whether you're learning something new. Now, this can be really exhausted when we are trying to cram things up into our mind and to concentrate and put things in the correct pigeonholes, what we have been learning. We need to have a little bit of time there, okay, to let things settle down, okay? Whatever it is, my lovely, you have been learning, okay? Sometimes we can learn to do a new job. We can learn to adapt to different circumstances within our lives. So that can be a number of things, okay? But we just need to let those things settle. And while it's going on, though, it can feel quite exhausting. Okay, I hope you can understand this, my lovely. I do. Okay, I hope that's
I'm sure she will do.
okay.
Wonderful.
Okay, lovely.
And Steph just said, brilliant guest, Bob. You must get Shirley back on the show again.
Oh, Lord. God love her. Well, thank you. I
Yeah,
don't know
so
about
thank you
that.
to Rebecca, Steph, Alison, Joanne, James, Rachel, Shannon, Janice,
Yeah.
everybody in the chat room. Thank you for being in. And thank you to Shirley being a fantastic guest on my show today.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
Being absolutely wonderful.
Good. Good, I'm glad.
It's Sungo. My guest next Wednesday, the 29th of March, is Tom Conwell. He's wrote books on UFOs and the paranormal. He's next Wednesday, 27th.
Right, I might come along to that myself.
It'll be still 7 o'clock next week as well. Oh, yes, please. Yeah. So it's still 7 o'clock next Wednesday. And I might decide to do it at 7 instead of 8 o'clock future. Well, thank you, Shirley. It's wonderful.
You're welcome.
Have you enjoyed it?
It has. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it has. And I won't have butterflies if I do come on next time, hopefully. Yeah, it has. It's been a lovely, lovely experience.
I'm sure you will.
So thank you. And thank you so much to that lovely group of guests, friends. Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I know it has. Yeah, so thank you again. I'm just going to end the stream now. But I will send you the link for the show so you can see